up, y'all, and welcome back to the Soul to Soul podcast. Lisa, Louie, and MBJ live. That's all he do is dance. So I gotta, send him some tunes every once in a while. But today I wanted to ask you a question on a topic that we have, because this is what we all about. We all about truth and giving information. But you know me, sometimes I gotta play devil advocate and I gotta, meet you halfway sometimes.
Okay.
So my question is, do you feel like at some point some information should be hidden or kept secret, or no? Do you think that everybody needs to know everything and all truth of everything needs to be just out and be known to everybody?
Well, I would say if people need to know, if it's going to endanger the lives of people, if it's something that will keep people in bondage and restrict them to elevate, then yes, I think that should be privy to everybody.
Okay. Now, everybody, meaning all ages.
All ages.
All ages,
really?
really?
Because what are they doing with the children now?
Okay.
You got half naked men performing in front of children, in front of babies.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
So the brainwashing starts when we're young.
Okay, yeah. But, let's say that is like age appropriate though. So that's some type of information that you think should be readily and available to people who want to engage into it, who want to be a part of it, so we keep that separate from the children. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me use an example and then we can go from there. Something like, noise. Giving kids access to like knives and guns. Mm-hmm. They're not ready for access to that type of power. Because they mentally and psychologically, they're not consciously aware of the danger to it. Mm-hmm. Even though having it is not bad, but for their level of understanding and their age, that's why it may not be appropriate for them at that time. Like the conversation of sexuality and everything. We can agree that children shouldn't have access to that. And we know that psychologically and mentally, everybody's not at that age where they should be at. Like we got 40 and 50-year-olds that's still operating like 12-year-olds out here because they haven't psychologically elevated to where we, to where it's certain information. So how do we, as a society, make that decision or kind of decipher who has access to certain information and or certain things that are powerful that can be a danger. Like some things people can bring danger to themselves, so
well, I mean, people could go jump off and jump in front of a car. It doesn't matter. Information is just the information. Let's take somebody that's 1, 2 years old, that's advanced learning, 3 years old, advanced learning. You still say, oh, mama, what's this? Or, hey, I like the flames on that stove. Let me touch it. No, don't touch that. Because if you touch it, it can burn you.
Right.
It can harm you.
Right.
This is a knife. This is very dangerous. This is a gun. This is something that you don't play with. So educating your children still at that age, whatever it is. Listen, to
what extent would you allow them to put themselves in danger? Because educating them is one thing, but like leaving a gun or a knife around them
No, you wouldn't do that. Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Even after still you've educated them on it, I'm still not about to let you have access to this shit because you got to prove that you're responsible. Because you got 7 and 8-year-olds that are responsible around guns and knives. Yeah. You got some that are not. So when it comes to like very powerful information out here, how do we be, with the whole society, how do we like say, all right, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all know, but I still can't give you access to this because it's not.
Okay, let's look at it like this. So, people, so-called black people, right? Overall, because we have not been privy to a lot of things, we haven't had access to stuff, right? a level of power. So when
Black Americans, black people in
the
America,
so-called black people get power, they get success,
yeah,
they get money, what do?
Go spend it with the white
They
folks.
go spend it, flaunt it, because they don't know, for the most part, they don't know how to manage it, to make it grow, because they have not been taught.
Make it circulate.
They have not been, because that's been robbed from the culture, right? So that's where any information in life, so you take, when Damari was young, in his Pampers, how many times the little dude got a Woody?
I don't know. He was in the pamper.
Okay, when you changed him, listen.
Plenty of times.
Plenty of times.
Yeah.
Have a little Woody. When you come of age, little girls, little boys, 3, 4, 5 years old, guess what? They start finding themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, what am I to do? What is this? So education can start young. This is what this is a penis, it's a vagina, this is what you have, it's for reproduction, this and that. Educate, but not educating them is you setting them, now you setting them up for misinformation.
Okay.
When you don't instruct them, oh, well, this can happen because of this. And if you find your son masturbating at 8, 9 years old, and you like, oh my God, my son was masturbating. Yeah, the woman tell all the girl, my son was masturbating.
Because you ain't gave him no type of
no education.
Education, yeah.
Education.
And direction, yeah.
So, well, he didn't have a man in the house. No. Listen, my mom was pretty much, for the most part, raising me as a single. My mom taught me 98, 99% of stuff that I knew. So a woman is able to teach a young man principles and laws and guidelines and things to do and things not to do.
Yeah.
How she teach me to be a man? No. She say, okay, she probably could teach me, son, listen, did you hold your janker, your penis, and don't pee on the seat?
Did you just make that up?
No, janker. No, it's not. So, you know, your tallywhacker and your Johnson.
I heard that before.
And so, son, you aim it. You hold it and you aim it.
Yeah, you could definitely potty train your son.
Yeah. So it don't always have to be if the man is not there, the woman still know what it's like. Son, lift the toilet seat up when a woman is in the house. Some simple stuff. Son, take out the trash. It's all about education.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, there is no discrimination when it comes to education, especially if you have an inquisitive child, and if the child is asking.
Yeah.
Because the child don't know if it's right, wrong, or indifferent.
When they come across it, yeah.
So they come across it. Ooh, a knife, son. No. Oh, don't do. That's the first reaction.
What about when they don't come across a gun until they older in age? Would you still introduce and educate it to them if they're not even asking about it?
Well, is it too late at that point?
Later on?
Yeah.
Possibly. It could be.
Because my first encounter with a gun is I found it in the couch.
Yep.
And when we stayed in Little Clean Town.
Or it could be your friends outside, people at school. Yeah.
Yeah. So here again, not having the conversations with your children so they can be open enough to, hey, mama, hey, daddy, hey, auntie, hey, whoever raising me, hey, yo, such and such was talking about, well, this girl showed me her vagina.
Oh, let me tell you.
Well,
let me tell you about this.
So,
STDs.
Because we don't have those type of educational conversations, because we've been stripped from it or programmed. These are the type of things that you don't talk about. You sweep it under the rug and you act like it don't exist. And then now you wonder why little Susie or little Johnny get older, they into all kind of stuff because the parents continue to perpetuate that narrative.
Yeah. Yeah, I had Damari at the gun range when he was 8. Look, hey.
And it's a lot of people out here that's doing it at that age. Children take karate at a young age.
Yep.
Yeah, self-defense. Come on.
Yeah.
Start a lot. I started skating when I was 2, 3. So it's just education is education. And so you can't knock nobody. Listen, the public slavecational system,
yeah.
I call it the slavecational system, have been teaching and programming us
slaves.
Bondage.
I about to say they've been teaching raising slaves.
Raising slaves.
Workers.
Worker bees. That's it.
They're not trying to.
So they're not
trying to raise and teach and pour into and educate their competition. I need you to come work for me. I don't need you to be,
Nah. Let's say, let's wait till they become a freshman in high school or a freshman in college, and then we're going to. No, that's not when you get them. You get them when they're young.
Young. Yeah.
That's when you start brainwashing them, getting their little young minds because they still in learning, and they sponges, and you get them. And you twist them. And so now, guess what? Oh, vaccines are normal. Because we was getting immunization shots when we was in school.
From the time we was 4. Newborn babies.
Newborn babies. We was getting them jabs, coming out the womb getting jabs. Immunization shots, we was getting jabs. So guess what? It perpetuated. So guess what? Majority of people in the world think like, oh, this ain't nothing but an immunization.
I just got to go get it.
It was all a setup. All along, because they've been had this plan.
Ooh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
No, I just rather feed my baby vegetables. Let me just feed my baby vegetables.
And that's why they poisoning that.
Oh, the fruits
and vegetables and the foods. That's why they doing that.
Topic.
Listen,
man,
these evil folk.
Who is it? Is it Elon Musk? He got the brain chip. He got the fruit seed. He got the seeds. He got the electric cars. It's Elon Musk, right? Am I thinking about the right person?
Well, no, now, I would say.
Or is he the one buying up all the real estate?
Now that was Bill Gates buying up a lot of real estate.
Okay, so is it Bill Gates that's buying up all the seeds?
Well, I don't know.
That created his own fruit seeds or something like that.
I don't know, but even having the mind chip. So if Elon Musk, now I can see. So if somebody that's a quadriplegic, right, and if you can create something that will cause somebody to be able to use their motor skills again, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
I'm all for that. But if you use it just to try to control people, that's something totally different. How are you going to use the product? You get what I'm saying? So, like people using prosthetic, bionic arms and legs,
And then that developed into BBLs and all the other stuff. Yeah. So it evolves over time only because it's honestly because it starts off as medicinal, but then it's like, oh, how can I market this to the general public so I can make more money?
Well, BBLs and all that stuff, that's just that's just an ego or vain thing.
Yeah. But I'm saying it started off as maybe helping somebody that may really have needed, who may have gotten into a car accident and they needed this reconstructive surgery, and then and then it's marketed to the general public to make more money. Oh, girl, I'm going to get some.
So you got some women that needs the breast reduction. You have some women that need certain things, silicone
breast
augmentation, things, because that's what they need. It's a necessity for them to get it.
Yeah.
But like you said, nipped and tucked and all these, the Atlanta housewives and these Orange County wives and all these folk getting all this prosthetic big bust. Now you got women that's getting, thinking I got little mosquito bites. Girl, ain't nothing wrong with your breasts. Ain't nothing wrong with them.
Get pregnant, they'll fill up.
Ain't nothing wrong with your breasts. Ain't nothing wrong with your butt.
Just go have a baby.
As soon as you allow them doctors to cut on you, then you go into these foreign countries trying to get it for dirt cheap, and then you cut. Listen, I've worked on so many clients, wish they would not have gotten stuff and cut on and implemented, and then you're going to have more problems, or going to getting a triple bypass surgery because you're trying to lose weight. Now, for those that really need to get it, that's one thing. For those that want to get it because you lazy and you want to get it, and guess what?
Social media.
Because you're doing nothing but damaging your body. You're causing more harm to your health. Yeah. Your health is your wealth. I have so many clients that have gotten freaking tummy tucks and all this stuff. Get off your lazy, because it took as long as it took you to gain that weight, because you was feeding yourself, stuffing them chops and bacon and alcohol, guess what? Just go out and walk. Because if your mindset, what's going to end up happening, you're going to go right back to the way it was. And guess what? You just removed nature. And guess what? Now it's going to cause you more illness and more pain.
Yeah, because it gets into your bloodstream.
Yeah.
And that's what I say. It's just all about education. Like, it's like a lot of doctors out here, and they doing interviews with some of the, like, certain communities. They doing interviews just talking about like life after surgery and just complications, even with the other sex change surgeries and all those type of surgeries. They do interviews on people, and y'all just really just got to learn from other people's like experiences and mistakes. Like, shoot, even some of mine. Like, you can learn from other people on certain things to look out for, and not just be an experiment like a lab rat.
Yep.
It gets into your bloodstream. It's build up blood clots, tissues, blockages, and it becomes irreversible because it what's the word I'm trying to use? It fuses with your fuses with your body, with your makeup and everything. But yeah, and it's for real.
It's one thing.
Just come work out with me.
Here's the thing. When you have this stuff done and you don't have to have it done, it's called phantom pain, right? So whenever you start removing stuff, organs, especially for you brothers, see, I'm not against nobody in their sexual preference. If you LGBTQ community, if that's what you want to do, that's your business. But fellas, you going out here and get your penis cut, it's going to be issues. Phantom pain, because the way your body is constructed.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, if somebody get something removed, your body don't know the difference. Your body is still going to be trying to send signals to that extremity.
Right.
Right?
Oh.
And it's not there. And so you're going to feel pain.
Your body's trying to,
because there's no circulation. It's trying to send signals and bounce back.
And you feel
the
all
receptors.
Of that.
Yeah. But see, here's the thing. They getting all this stuff done because it's unnatural. Mm-hmm. So the foramen, that hole that a woman naturally has, she ain't got to worry about keep putting stuff in there to keep it
open. Because it's naturally made like that.
It's naturally made like that. So the men got to keep on putting stuff inside them, and if they don't, they gonna have issues for the rest of your life.
It closes up and it keloids and
listen.
Yeah.
I know people personally, brothers, who have gotten this stuff done, and it hurt my heart. I was like, oh my God. Listen, one thing you want to be gay, but getting your tallywhacker cut off, brother, that ain't no coming back from that. That's
and there's some interviews on YouTube about that one too.
Yes.
I heard about one of them, and she admitted it. She was just like, I didn't know. On TikTok, they talk about it on TikTok. It's a young lady. She was on there saying something like, she was crying. She was telling her story. She was just like, y'all, I did not know, and had I known, I would have never did this because it's irreversible now. She was like, you have to keep inserting something inside to keep the hole from closing up, because you get it cut and you pull stuff back and make a hole, but what happens when you just don't want to do it, And she was like, I had to keep inserting something, had to go back, and I couldn't afford the second surgery. She said it was like another $80,000 surgery that she had to get for them to put something in place to help keep it open. And she was like, I just couldn't afford it. And now I have to keep just doing something to keep the hole open. Like, it's not natural. Anything that goes against nature, you're going to have to answer to it. Like, Mother Nature don't play. You can't play with Mother Nature.
Yeah, it's unnatural.
So, like you said, like, you be who you want, like, express yourself. But when you start mutilating your body, it's like a whole nother reality. It's a whole nother thing you're going to have to answer to.
Yep, you women. Here's the crazy part about this. It's psychological. You got a woman who's gay that don't want to be with a man, but yet get with a woman who take hormone
to become a man.
To become a man. And then wears a strap. Make that make sense. It would be different if y'all were just women on woman, it was scissor hands,
two feminine
women come, that would be something totally different. But the psychological, it's a brainwashing to go from something natural to unnatural and still want it to look like something that's natural.
Request the same thing.
It don't make sense. Now, I'm not speaking against nobody. I just want you to think about that. What sense does it make? It don't make no sense at all. At all.
Yeah.
It don't make sense. Same thing with a brother. If a brother, he dressed himself up and then you got this man, that's what he want. I'm like, dude, why don't you just stay with a woman? If you want this man to be dressed up looking like a woman, it don't make sense. It's something off. It's something going on. It's something off in the psyche. Yeah. It's programming. Folk are glitching. Now, if you just want to be with a man, be with a man, and the man, y'all two big hairy bears together, that's something totally different. Or two women.
But when one dresses like a woman, it's just like...
That part. And then when a woman want to look like the man, and that is, something is off.
I think that comes from just like not taking time in between relationships to really heal and developing that relationship with nature and the Most High to really come to understand what the real true issue is. Your issue is not with men or women. The issue was more understand what the problem really was before you decide, okay, I like it over here better. Oh, you do? Well, don't try to turn that person into what you were trying to run away from. Yeah. So... Yeah. I think it comes from that, not taking time in between relationships to really get to the root cause of what your problem was. Because obviously your problem was not with the man, the sexual, the masculinity behind it wasn't with that. So, because you tried to go get that again. The issue had to be, it probably was something simple as y'all just wasn't compatible. Like, but yeah.
It's so unfortunate. And I know women who've gotten hormones and went through the whole process. Beards and hair and all, listen, I speak to them, I'm cool with them. I have nothing against it. Yeah. But still you're going against your natural femininity. Yeah. You're still going against, whenever you go against nature.
And it naturally happens in relationships too, even when you don't go through the sex change or hormones or dressing up. Even when you see like couples, and I love everybody, do what you want. It's just like, even if you look at those couples, nature still takes over because you still see one tend to be more masculine and one tend to still be more feminine. Like Mother Nature is still going to always balance herself out. You still see it just naturally, roles tend to take over. You see one person tend to take out the trash more. One person tend to, lift all the groceries. One person still, even when it is still the same sex. Yeah. Mother Nature still takes over because masculine and feminine still have to balance out. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And another thing is, I don't care how gay you think you are. And I've had several occasions with butch women. Mm-hmm. Strictly into women, don't like men whatsoever. And I've encountered several of them that was like, said to me out of their mouth, "You gonna make me go back."
I heard some men say that before too.
So it's something.
It's the balance of the energy.
It's energy. It's something. And this was what, like 12 years ago.
Oh Lord, oh my God.
This is like 12 years ago. This sister walked up to me. I was doing massages, and I felt her energy when she came in. I was like, and she looked at me. I said, "Ooh." I said, "Yeah, she wanted to get up under me. I don't know who this is." She came in. She was a politician, and she came in, but she shook my hand. It was firm. But then when she released, it was like this. It was like dainty. I was like, uh-huh. So I told my friend.
Yeah, calm all that down.
Yeah. So I told my friend, I said, old girl want to get up under me. She thought I was talking about somebody else. I said, no, old girl. She was like, nah, more. She's like, MJ, nah, she's strictly into women. I've been knowing her over 10 years. She don't mess with men. I said, listen, I'm telling you. She wanted to get up on me. She said, I'm going to have to say you wrong. You wrong. So I was like, okay. I didn't argue with her. So I'm massaging my friend's sister. I was doing the event, chair massage at her event. The girl didn't even get planted. She was walking over. She's like, ooh, girl, who is this sexy chocolate thing, girl? She said, girl, he going to make me go back. My friend was just standing there with her mouth open. She couldn't believe she said it. And I did nothing. I said nothing to her. It was the energy.
Yeah.
I've massaged butch women.
And they just
they got turned on. just from the energy.
They just calmed down.
It made them uncomfortable.
You're like, okay.
They're like, why am I getting bodily orifices flowing from me from this massage?
Like, get away from me.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't fight it. Like, even gay dudes, listen, if they stuff will still get hard. And guess what? They'll have sex with a woman. They will. It's a natural. I don't care what nobody say, man. It's
plenty of stories like that. That they were virgins until they had the experience, and then they were like, you know.
Yeah, man.
But it's a story. Y'all can look it up. I can't remember names. There's so many names. But it was a guy. He was like in his 80s, and he had went through his whole life, probably 30 some years. Everything changed, sex changed, hormones, everything. And he got to his 80s, and he was like, "Why did y'all let me do this?" He started, I don't know what it was, whether it was a closer relationship, he started elevating. He just started like really healing and, you know, taking that time as you get older in life to really just rethink things. And he was like, why did y'all let me do this? Like, clearly there was something wrong with me. Clearly I was messed up. He had admitted that he had been sexually abused as a child. And he, you know, went his whole life, you know, questioning himself and everything, and just went through the whole change and everything. I think he was like a millionaire or something, but he was just like, he just had an epiphany in his 80s, like, why did y'all let me do this? Like, why did nobody try to get me any help? Like, I had been abused as a child, and I was just going through, I didn't know what to do. And he was just like, I just lived my whole life, like, just not myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was so sad. It was like, when you hear the story, it'll make you like, really wish that you had people around you that will be real with you. He didn't go into specifics about like the issues he had with the change and everything, but he was just like, I guess because he probably, you know, had the money to keep getting everything, but he was just like, I can't go back and change it.
People will ask me for my advice because they don't know what to do, right? Say, well, Mark, what do you think I should do? So I tell them. Wisdom. Yeah. I say, well, I wasn't going to say, but since you asked me, you should do this, and I break it down, the reason why they should. But they still don't listen. They still do. So some people they want advice, but they really don't want advice. You have babies that have intuition.
Yeah.
They know, because they'll sneak and they'll look.
Yeah.
You'll watch them, they'll stop.
Yeah.
Listen, everybody have it.
Yeah.
Everybody has it. There is no excuse. We all make our decisions, whether good or bad. We still got to make the choice.
Nowadays, we got it even more with so much information being out here.
Yeah. We even with that, I don't care if you can be illiterate, can't read. It don't even matter. You can't speak.
Yeah.
You use sign language. It don't even matter. Your intuition,
your body,
it's a universal language
yeah.
that you're going to know. She got her shirt. She got her shirt. Do it with your chest. Do it with your chest.
We're gonna let y'all go. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Soul to Soul podcast. Love y'all. Mwah.